All right, guys, welcome to the Monday morning rant. It's not so much a podcast today. I just thought I'd still stay with this Monday morning thing. It's working for me, but not so much a podcast today. More of a rant. Um, I kind of wanted to talk about the last podcast that I did with John OC. It was a 2 hour long podcast. I was pretty drunk from a shoot earlier that day, and I think it worked in my favor in the end of the day, but I definitely cringed when I watched the video back. I was way too loose. I think I was pretty aggressive and pretty much piled it on Jono a couple of times there unnecessarily. And I wasn't that clear with some of my points either. But at the same time, I think I was willing to upload it as it was. I mentioned a few names by accident, some sensitive information. But I was willing to cop it. And when I messaged Jono about it, he was more than willing to wear it, in his words. And it just goes to show what kind of guy he is. Like, he's got a lot more balls than you guys might think. We've since gotten quite a lot of really positive feedback from guys, mostly from guys. And I think that's a YouTube thing. Maybe YouTube's predominantly male, and that probably explains why. But at the same time, the comments have been really good, and more in relation to the relationship stuff and the gender stuff that I brought up, or that we brought up, as opposed to the business stuff. And, I really like that format of bouncing off someone. Like this right now, I'm not bouncing off this lens, and looking at it, it's just not giving me nothing. But having another person in the room, that energy is undeniable, and it's what I think is going to really work for this show going forwards. So moving on from talking about that show, I'll put a link to it in the description below, and if you guys haven't checked it out, sort of do at your own risk. I wouldn't say it's easy listening at all. But I think I'm quite proud of it, and I think I can't wait to do, more of those kind of interviews where we're just loose, and it's a lot like behind closed doors. And I'm sure I'm going to copy it at some time when people find it, when the wrong people find it, but I'll deal with it then. Okay, so one thing that I've been up to recently is getting back into gaming, which is pretty risky for me right now because I have got a lot of energy to create, and playing games, like I've said before, I can lose hours in games and not have anything to show for it. That's pretty much the thing that pisses me off the most about these games. So Assassin's Creed Origins is a huge game. I would easily be sinking in 200 hours into a game like that usually, but I've decided to play it quite aggressively, and I've basically finished the story mission within 3 days. So I did like 10-hour blocks. And it was awesome. It was a great game. I do think that I will be going back because I've got the DLCs coming, and it'll be more something that I drop into and make sure that my character's always at top level, so that I don't have to sort of catch up and do grindy bits to enjoy the next DLC and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just a typical me thing to do. Finishing the game in 3 days. You're meant to enjoy these games for it could, you can enjoy a game like that for 3 months easily, and finish the main story quests, much slower than that. But it's just, I don't regret it. I really enjoyed those 3 days off in a row. I thought it was awesome. And on another note, yesterday afternoon, Kessie D rocked up. So Kessie's a girl that I shot with 4 years ago now. Like, time really flies. I was still using a little point and shoot GF1 camera. And she was really bubbly, super photogenic girl then, and she still very much is now. She's just got this huge smile, awesome vibe. And since I've known her, she's graduated from a finance course, I think, where she was super bad at public speaking, but because she was driven to enroll in a Toastmasters, and then she actually represented some part of the university where she was just every opportunity she got to do public speaking, she did, and now she is really comfortable in front of a stage. So, I mean, the girl's cluey as she is 25, I think, and she's got a property, investment property. She's into cryptocurrency, um, and she looks amazing. And she doesn't want to do that kind of Instagram billions of followers selling beauty products and earrings and health food and stuff like that. I mean, she understands it's a saturated market. So, I mean, we got talking about that last night, and I don't think anything would be more interesting than having a girl that looks like the way she does, but then do videos and informative media stuff on cryptocurrency or public speaking. Um, I think her future's bright if she does something different like that. You know, it won't be going headfirst into a saturated market for her. She'll have an edge. Um, so yeah, hopefully I'll get her on the show at some point. We definitely will be shooting as well, so look out for photo shoots. And on the last note, just to wrap this up, I'm using the new Procaster Rode XLR mics, and I've got them going into a Zoom H6, which I'm using as an audio interface. And we're really set up now for at least 3 or 4 people interviews. I'd probably stick it to 3. Really set up for it, and I just can't wait to get people on the show now. So if you have any suggestions on who I should bring on the show, like, I'm all ears. I think it's more about whether they've got the balls to come on an unedited show. So if you guys do have suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. I do read every comment and reply to all of them too. It's all sort of like talking into the dark without the feedback. So I really thrive on it and appreciate it. So if you guys would leave likes and comments, I know other videos say that and I fucking cringe, but I kind of get it. You know, like, they've got billions of followers. They don't need to read the comments. But right now, I kind of need this feedback. So any suggestions you guys have, I'm all ears. And that's it. I shall wrap it up. It's bye for now.